found this temple, he was a very, very famous monk. He would be like, what is the monk from Tibet?
Dalai Lama?
Dalai Lama. He would be like that. He would be Dalai Lama. He went to study meditation in India, and then he came back. He started they used to have like all these little cabins, all the wood that is now university, and all these monks would be there. And they would be there meditating. They couldn't talk. They had to meditate like for years. Some of them would be there for a week. Some of them would be there for like years. Some of them, one of them was there for 32 years without talk. They ate only once a week, and then they would come. They would all march out once a week to come here, and this is where they would come, and they would have a special monk to give lecture, to talk to them, but they couldn't talk. And then when they walk, they would be very slow like this, you know, so they don't step on any ants, and have to be, you know, you have to meditate, and they come here. So that monk, Ajahn Pan Ananto, he was the one that found the orphanage. And then the first director of the orphanage, he was also a monk. And he was still alive. In fact, I almost saw him last night. And so 4 of the guys from the orphanage last night, after almost 38 years. And so we're going to try to find where the orphanage is again.
No, we can find it. We'll find it. I know where it is.
And this is would be where the highest monk stayed at that time. And of all of Laos, he was staying there. And I don't know how you would call him in Laos anymore, but he would be like a bit like a cardinal. He would be like the highest in Laos. He would be staying there, and then he would be like probably he would be equivalent to the Pope, you know. So this temple is very, very special in that. And over that side there's all these female monks, Messi in Laos, they call them Messi. They would wear white, they also shave their hair. And lots of times we would come from the orphanage and we would go and, you know, try to get some fruit. There's always fruit in this place here. And to pay back, we would scrub their floor and something like that. It was kind of interesting. Dalai Lama, and when he passed away, instead of cremating him, okay, they would embalm him and put his body here, and there would be glasses around. So he would be like Ho Chi Minh that we went to see. So he would be like, we could still see his body in here. And when the communists took over, Laos, the first thing they did was to cremate him. They took him out and cremated because they don't believe in such a thing. The only thing they believe is people, you know. So anyway, so this would be where we would come, but it would be open. Anyone can see him in there. I mean, they cover his face and everything. He would be like Mao Zedong, you know, in there, and people would come and pay respect. And last night, my friend from the orphanage and I were talking about, and when we were little kids, you know, and we would come here at night, and sometimes we would go to that place we went to see for the festival, and we would walk all the way back. And one of the guy last night said that when they got here, in the corner here, he said, "Hey, look, there's a cow." So he went over, tried to grab the cow, and it would disappear. Then it was over there, and they said, "Oh, there's a ghost." So they started running back. Anyway, the orphanage is over there somewhere.
The doctor's elementary
and
school.
On the third, the monk would be there. And every time before we start school, we would always have to meditate. Then at the end of the day, we would also meditate. This wall here was not here. And then from here, it just leads to the orphanage, which is beyond that building there. The orphanage is beyond that. Let me go ask him. We have to learn math in French. We have to learn we have to learn science in French. You know, our history in French. The only thing that was not in French was Lao language. And because Laos was colonized by French. So we would come and we would have to memorize every word in the lesson. Lots of time we didn't know what was going on. We just have to memorize. We would come and then the teacher would say Mulani, and you have to bring your notebook. Leave your notebook like the teacher's desk like this. This is the teacher's desk. You would leave like this, then you would go over here, and you have to recite every word in the chapter. And if you don't get it, you have to come over here, and the teacher would spank. Or they would make you stand in the corner like this with one leg to 2 bricks. Or sometimes you have to kneel down like this with 2 bricks. So we think St. John's very tough. That's not. Yeah. That's why my knee is like all very rough, because I got punished so much. But it was worth it. See? And in the orphanage, if somebody did something wrong and nobody admitted, the whole 90 kids have to be punished, and we have to crawl on the gravel. Look, I still have scar all over. Because it's scary, because they cremate people not too far from the orphanage, and when they cremate, you can see the body, get burned. And as little kids in Laos, we talk a lot about ghosts and stuff like that. So, kids get scared, and the bathroom is outdoors. Kids would get scared, so they would urinate from the 2nd floor down. The director of the orphanage, and we were talking about last night that, and if they see the line coming down, they'll say, "Who did it?" And nobody did it. Everybody gets punished. And sometimes, for no reason, they would make us get up like 3 o'clock in the morning to go running. And but the fun part is that afterward we had this jumping jack in a big circle, and then the director would say, "Let's have Pepsi." So everyone put their hand up like this. Go ahead. Everybody have. Let's have Pepsi. Okay, ready? Pull your thumb. One hand, and you go. We pretend that we drank Pepsi. That was okay. So that's the life of the kids in the orphanage then.
So where are we, Doctor?
We are at Wat Sopalong, Les Garçons, La Maison des Garçons.
And what's that in English?
That means House of Boys.
House of Boys?
Yeah. Boys' house. Okay, so come. There are people living here now, so okay, so this is the orphanage, and we would sleep. There's no bed, we just sleep on the floor, from over there all over there, and also downstairs too. The other side of the orphanage is where we practice music. That's the only room that is common room. But my room is the second window, the first window of the second. That's where I slept. And some of you in my chemistry class, I told you about the water bottle. We won't mention it now, but anyway. Anyway, we would have kids here, and the director would be sleeping over here. And behind there would be the field where we play soccer and everything over there, but now it's a university. So, can we ask
yes,
if we can take
absolutely.
But the front of the office is on the other side.
Are they causing trouble? Okay, here we go.
A stand for what?
Attention.
Attentive, attention, right? N stand for what? Note taking, nod, right? And T stand for what?
Talking.
Yeah, talking. Sometimes we have to come. So anyway, we have to sit here, like, you know, cross our legs, and we would have to sit there and listen to all this preaching, all this lecturing, until we meditate so much that you can't feel your pain anymore. That's it. So look at how big it is, and this was way back in the 70s, you know? Yeah. It's very, very big. And be like all kinds of stories, and the story Buddha teach people by telling stories. And the story would be, and you can see the story, the painting might be something, you know, might not look appropriate for us, you know, like being naked or something like that. It's very common in their culture, you know, in terms of teaching, in terms of art.
The high school where John went to school?
Education would be high school level. After that, then if you're a very, very good student, or if you're very, very rich, you can go to study abroad. Really? Where we would go with France, United States, Canada, Australia, England, and also China, Russia, and so on. Anyway, so this was the high school where I was. And it's very, very difficult to get in. You have to take entrance exam. And lots of times, even if you pass the exam, they can't even sell your spot or something. Okay? So somehow I was very lucky to be able to get here. And when I took the exam, there were 4,000 students taking the exam. They only took 250 students.
Oh, wow.
And I was number 29. My friend in California, he was number 69. So only two of us get to go here. And Liko, my friend who came to my sister, he got into another system. This is like Laos system or the American system in school. The school that next to the place we went yesterday, Anusawari, you know, the gate that we were yesterday, that was the French system. So you can either go there and you study everything in French, and in here it was the first school that started teaching Lao. And I chose to go to American system because it was a new experience to me. When the first time I met an American, he was interested in learning my language. Like he wanted to learn how do you say how. It was totally different from French, because French they would want you to speak their language, you know. So when I saw that, I thought, wow, American's really cool, and so I was very lucky to be able to get into this school. But Liko, he went to the other school.
This is where the doctor learned English.
One or two. So, this is where I had my English class.
Oh.
And long, guess what? My English teacher was a Japanese. And he was this big guy. Big like carrot. Probably not as big. I thought at that time everything seemed big, you know. But this is where our classroom was. Sabadi. And he came to teach here, and I remember several American teachers. They had long hair, they're hippie like, you know. But they were, I think they were Peace Corps volunteer from Thailand each year.
พอดีมันมีนักศึกษามาจากสถาบันต่างๆในนครหลวงเหมือนมาแข่งกัน มันจะเป็นทีม
Oh, yeah, she said that today they have international competition here.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so we can go check. Hey, maybe we can come. So anyway, this is, and the teacher, he taught us how to sing How Many Roads Master Man Walk. Have you heard of that?
Bob Dylan.
Oh, they'll call him a man, and That's where I live. Okay?
So let's put this into context, everybody. We have a Laotian teenager learning English from a Japanese person singing Bob Dylan in the 70s in Laos.
เรียนมัธยมมาจากสหรัฐเนี่ยขน้อยเป็นมันเป็นด็อกเตอร์โปรเฟส
เพราะว่าต้องเลยติดต่อพอพันเหมือนนะเรามันจะมีทีมงานหักแข่งต่างหากเราไม่แต่ว่าทางยาคาไม่ได้มีคนมีงานนะคนให้เขาห่วมฟรีให้เขาห่วมได้ขนาดให้ห่วมนะคะขนาดต้องมีการติดต่อมาเป็นทางการเป็นอย่าง
Time we should make it official.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. It was for people who want to study business, and downstairs where we learn social study on the other building. American built this for Laos, okay? And then on the other side is the math department, and over that way is science, and this is agriculture. And this here is kind of like our cooler hall, but it's open. So we would assembly here, and we would have special day like for Teachers' Day, where we would go and pay respect to teachers. And one time there was a motorcyclist from England. He rode bicycle. He was riding bicycle all around the world, and he stopped in our school, and that was kind of like an open eye for me when he talked about a different. Yeah, and he was talking about the different part of the world. So from there, I really want to see, what is outside, because in here you don't really know much, You don't really know much, but he came and he talked about how the world is so large, and he was traveling. This is where it all began, where I found science interesting. This is my real science class here, and it still looks the same. So this is chemistry class, and at the time they just mixed between chemistry, biology, physics, and geology, and also school. And over here is agriculture, and like UVM, you know, like UVM they have like sciences under agriculture. So in there, and also toward the end of that building on that side, and I was telling Terry that we all had to take home economy. How do you say it?
Home economics.
Home economics.
Yeah.
So they taught us how to be middle class American. So in other words, they taught us how to, you know, to take care of our house, to make it clean when guests come, like all the, including even taking shower, because a lot of Laotian people didn't know. And behind there's like all this garden that we had to do. But the first years that everybody had to be exposed to all of these fields, and then the second year we chose our concentration, and I chose engineering.
Did you have a problem choosing, or did you know that you wanted to do this for sure?
Because I did very well.
Yeah.
And plus, one of the leaders in Laos, Suparnawong, he was the first communist president in Laos. He was the leader of the communists.
Is he the guy on the bill money?
No, the new one, yes. His name is Suparnawong. They had a monument for him in Lopabang. He was an engineer, and so I thought that engineers like the backbone of the country, because everything we did was for our country. It's never for ourselves, you know. And we want Laos to be very developed country. And in fact, I saw my friend last night, and they said they didn't leave Laos because they love their country. You know, they're very patriotic. How do you say?
Patriotic.
Patriotic, yeah. It's out in the open. If you're number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So these are each class. These are the highest student in each class. Like there's no embarrassing. There's no all of this disability or anything. You work hard. You're out there. They really show you. You know. So these are the people who got the highest grade, and it's great.
Normally 2 guys and 2 girls. They probably pick the top 2 of each.
Yeah.
So Grady, what do we do this morning? Still waking up, right?
Visited Dr. Sarah's old
school and things.
Schools. And then waited for the buffet lunch.
We're waiting for the buffet lunch. That's right. What did we see at the school that was pretty cool?
A robot soccer test.
Did we think we were going to see? I didn't think we were going to see robot soccer.
I expected like robot fighting.
Fighting, yeah, not soccer.
Robot table tennis.
Robot table tennis.
Oh, they're a little sleepy.
Incheon Airport, saying goodbye to life. Woo! There you go. This is what I like to see. Oh. How's the Uno going, kids? They're pretty good.
He's eating a lot.